Hello friends, today we are going to control the servo motor using this Wi-Fi dashboard. So by increasing the value of angle, you can see the servo is also rotating, right? And the total angle range for the servo is from 0 to 180 degree. And in this project, I am using the STA mode of ESP32. And I will also discuss what is STA mode. So let's get started. Now let us talk about the circuit connection. So let us start with the servo motor. Now you can see there are three wires on the servo. This yellow wire is for the PWM signal, this red wire is for the VCC, and this brown wire is for the ground. Okay, and you can see I have connected the signal wire of the servo to the pin number D13 of the ESP, which is connected through this yellow wire. And note that the pin which you are connecting the signal wire of the servo to must be a PWM supported pin, otherwise the servo won't work, right? And for powering the servo motor, I am using an external battery supply here, which is of 12 volt. Because the ESP cannot deliver sufficient current for the servo, it can only provide maximum 3.3 volt. But for the proper working of the servo motor, it requires 5 volt. So for this purpose, I am using a buck converter here, right, which will step down the voltage from 12 volt to 5 volt. So here is the input of 12 volt and here is the output of 5 volt. And there must be a common ground among all the components. Common ground means the ground of the ESP32 or any other microcontroller, whichever you are using, must be connected to the ground of the battery supply. So you can see there are two green wire here. One wire is connected to the ground of the servo and other wire is used for the common ground. So one end is connected to ground and other end is connected to negative terminal of this buck converter. So what happens in the station mode, you require an external router, right? This is an external router and all of the devices like ESP32, your monitor or laptop and mobile phone can connect directly with it, right? With different IP addresses, and that IP address is provided by this router itself. And you see the direction of the communication. It is from the external devices towards the router. Now, if you want to learn more about station mode of ESP32, then consider checking out this video. The link is given in the description. So for this program, I'm importing the ESP32 servo library and Wi-Fi library, right? And I'm defining one servo object, and servo is connected to pin number 13 of ESP. And these are my SSID and password credential for the Wi-Fi. And the web page is being hosted on this port number 80. And these are the variables for the logic of our program. Header is the variable which will store the HTTP request sent by the browser. Okay, and this is a value string. So 90 is the current angle for the servo position. And these are the two variables, position 1 and position 2, which we will use later in our program. And these are the timing variables, current time, previous time and timeout time, for timing synchronization between the web page and the ESP32. Now in the setup section, we are defining a baud rate of 9600 and we are attaching the servo to the servo pin, right? And the initial angle for the servo is this 90 degree. Okay, so we are converting this string into an integer using value string.toInt function. Okay, and we are connecting our ESP32 to our mobile hotspot using these functions wifi.begin. Now coming on to the loop function, here we are defining a client using server.available. So client is any device which is connected to external hotspot. Like in my case, my laptop is going to be connected with my mobile. So the laptop will be a client. And this if condition is checking whether some device is connected to the hotspot or not. If it is connected, it means it will return true, otherwise false. And we are further updating the current time with the millis. So millis gives you the time since the Arduino or any other microcontroller starts to run. And we are defining one while loop here. It means as long as the client remain connected, we are checking if the client is available. So if client dot available means if the client is sending any data or not, so that data will be coming from the browser. If the data is coming from the browser or the client, we are reading the data from the client using client dot read. Okay, and we are storing the data into C variable. Now I think you have understood the difference between if client and if client dot available if conditions. So this condition simply checks whether some device is connected or not. That's it. And this condition checks whether the device is ready to send the data or not. And you can easily observe that the header variable is going to be a big string after we keep on adding each character from the data which the client is sending. Okay. And this is the HTML page for the web browser. You can check out from the link in the description. Now I'm going to enter the Wi-Fi credentials. So let me remove these stars. And the password is. Now my hotspot is on, and now let us connect the laptop with it. So here is our network name, connect it, enter the password. Now hit the upload button and wait for the uploading of the program. So the program is uploaded. Now open the serial monitor and there you will get the IP address. Now simply you need to copy this IP address and paste it in the browser. And there you go. This is the web page for the servo control. So if you enjoyed this video and learned something new about the various modes of ESP32, then subscribe to my channel for more such video tutorials. And if you have any doubt regarding this project, comment in the comment section and I will meet you with a new project in another video. And thanks for watching.